welcome. So we're playing some more new Capenna draft. So this is my second attempt today. We tried a Cabaretti Alliance deck yesterday, just with kind of a go wide strategy. It wasn't too successful. It went 2 and 3. I found I had a lot of problems with little flyers, just having no answer to flyers. I had a couple of reach creatures, but it wasn't enough. And it wasn't running any removal. I just thought, let's just run creatures to make the most out of all of our alliance triggers. Anyway, I have spotted a very good rare, Brokers Ascendancy. That's pretty nice for my collection. That completes my set of these. So that they say don't commit too early to a family, but that is a good reason to commit early, I think. So we'll kind of ignore black and red. I've just noticed Rumour Gatherer is here. This is what I missed out on yesterday. This is a fantastic alliance card. So you can scry, and then you can even draw a card if you trigger it twice. I think, yeah, Ballroom Brawlers seems pretty good, but it's quite a big. It's a top end creature, so it gives first strike and lifelink when it attacks. Sort of dishes out abilities. So I think it's almost certainly Rumour Gatherer here. We don't want to play red as well. Backup agent. Excuse me. Sorry. Now, yeah, backup agent, not that amazing. But it is a kind of a source of counters if and there are counter payoffs in the set. Speakeasy Server is a very good common. 3/3 flyer, and you gain a bunch of life. That's very, very pickable. Okay, combat trick, counter spell, big creature with you can make unblockable. I've got bit of raise dead action. So big menace creature, small menace creature. Yeah, something you can pump. And this guy who's got reach, who I rate these guys quite highly. There's a lot of flyers. Well, I guess the blue-white strategy with lots of flyers is really popular in this set. So if you're playing green, you might need a lot of these. But I think Rumour Gatherer is what we want. So we're committing quite heavily to white, and quite heavily to creatures, and quite heavily to brokers. So we'll see how that goes, but I do see something pretty good. So Faerie Vandal, flash flyer, grows when you draw extra cards. Now notice what it says on Rumour Gatherer. If you can actually trigger, you can play 2 creatures in a turn. You draw a card, so that goes really well with Faerie Vandal. So that's almost certainly this guy. Patch Up, I don't rate very highly. Security Rocks is red. It's just a big creature basically for the treasures deck. I've got a combat trick there. I'm still kind of staying away from combat tricks just in most drafts. I'll play 0 or 1 usually, but I keep losing to them. So maybe there is a good reason to play them. There's a lot of black cards here, so yeah, I do like this one. Flying Death Touch, basically a removal spell, I would say. Nice big green creature there. But we go for the Faerie Vandal. It's another Faerie Vandal. Right, then Maestro's Charm. It's good. It does 5 damage to something. But no, too hard for me to cast. Gathering Throng, it gets good when you have lots of them. So we could start trying to collect these early on. Brokers Veterans, another good card. Very good death trigger. Kind of want lots of these. Celestial Regulator's really good. Snooping Yuzu we can't really play. Brokers Hideout is the fetch land that we want as well. So really good pack. Hideout, Regulator, Brokers Veteran, Faerie Vandal, but I can't really see beyond Faerie Vandal number 2. I think it's excellent to have 2 of these. Right, Public Enemy. All creatures attack and shining creatures control each combat fable. Shining creature dies, draw a card. Yeah, this is a very interesting card. Just force your opponent into a terrible set of attacks. But this is kind of assuming you've got a viable board position. It's one of these cards. It doesn't create a viable board position, but it's a win more card. Or it's like it could break a stalemate. So yeah, I'm not 100% on this card. You can imagine the ceiling of this card. It could be absolutely brilliant. Equally, it could just do nothing when you're behind, and they're just hitting you every turn anyway. So we don't have a lot of choice here because I see a lot of red cards and a black card there. So we'll focus on these ones. So Celebrity Fencer's got another one with an alliance payoff. It's quite good. I don't rate Raffine's Guidance in draft particularly. You can play it from the graveyard, which is nice, but I think it's prize fight because we do have green. It makes a treasure token. It's no removal spell. The only thing is we are going for an alliance strategy, but I tried just putting all the creatures in the deck yesterday, and I felt I really missed removal. So maybe that experiment is over. I'll go for the removal card. I'll go for the prize fight here. Okay, so we don't have a lot of choice here, so these cards are not so good for us. There is a Brokers Hideout. I think I didn't have much mana fixing yesterday, so that was another problem. It was difficult to get my white splash. I'm not a fan of Brokers Initiate, particularly. I guess it's a big wall that's going to keep you alive. Just that said, I keep losing to these guys. Attended Socialite is a nice cheap creature with an alliance ability. I think we can ignore these and go for the Brokers Hideout. I think mana fixing is going to be very important. And prize fight, of course, gives you a treasure token, so that helps a little bit with that. Right, Expendable Lackey. Very interesting. Makes an unblockable fish token. I've never used this card, but it seems intriguing. We have Make Disappear, which I might consider. But we want to kind of lean towards a creature strategy with a really good alliance trigger there. So I'm going to favour creatures when I can. As, you know, this obviously the negative appear has ruined a lot of my games, but I can't let that influence me. Social Climber. I mean, it's not a great card, but it is an alliance ability. It is a creature. Uh, I think we go for this one. Right. So Boon of Safety would be a bit of a combat trick. We've got the Brokers Initiate again, so we might end up picking this one up. I think we rate this above a combat trick. It's just a question: do we splash for Rakish Revelers? They can create their own red mana, splashable, and it makes 2 creatures. What have we got? We've got alliance triggers, so this is very good with Rumor Gatherer. I think that pushes Rakish Revelers over the edge. I think that makes it a good card. Right, got the shield mate. So I did use this guy yesterday. Got a shield counter. Makes it quite nice. The Backstreet Bruiser. Now so you need 2 or more counters on creatures. It's because he's solid. Sometimes all you need is a 3/3 blocker on the ground. Because it's looking like I'm going for a win in the skies here. So having solid blockers on the ground is pretty good. It's a bit like having a removal spell. We've got the Glittermonger, who makes treasures. So we don't really have a treasure strategy yet in the deck. So don't think so. It's 4 mana for a 1/4. It's a very kind of defensive and combo-y card. I mean, this guy's pretty defensive, but he's actually cheap. So, and then we've got the big guy, the finisher. I think we'll pick up one of these later. You don't need many 6-drops in your deck. What you need the bread and butter. You need lots of 2-drops and things like that. So, I think it's Backstreet Bruiser here. I think we've definitely got one source of counters there. I think we need to attack with him. So Sewer Crocodile, that's another big end game kind of creature who can be unblockable. I just feel like it ought to be pretty good. But I think we go for a kind of bread and butter creature. So High-Rose Swordjack. It's basically a creature that's a removal spell. It's going to take out one of their flyers that's coming in. So I think that's perfect if I'm going for a bit of an alliance strategy. Okay, patch up. We've got the Revelation of Power. We've got Warm Welcome. So this works with the creature strategy because you have enough creatures in the deck. You should hit a creature. And maybe you find the right creature as well. I think we go for Warm Welcome here. Okay, Broker's Veteran. We really like this card, but we've also got. It's going to torture me by giving me another Brokers Hideout. Awkward thing here. Our only white spell is a double white spell. That says to me, yeah, we're gonna need some more mana fixing. This is quite painful. I think I'll take the Broker's Hideout. I think let's be sensible. Let's kind of get the mana fixing sorted out. So yeah, Public Enemy did go around the table. Capenna Express. I don't think we play this. I think that's very sideboard. Okay, we'll take this not very good rare. And it's interesting, very interesting mythic. But let's put it in the sideboard for now. I don't know if we're going to do some kind of unlikely to do a treasure combination. Right. Wing Shield Agent. So this is really good. Yeah, 2/3 with shield can give something else flying, but it doesn't have flying itself. Kind of interesting. Inspiring Overseer. Now this is a card. This is fantastic. Probably better than Wing Shield Agent, I would guess. Celestial Regulator is really fantastic as well. You've got creatures with counters. I think we go for the Overseer. I think the more of these you have, the more likely you are to win. I think it's just the thing that's going to help you win the most. Right, we've got Slip Out the Back. So we're familiar with this card. So this helps protect your creatures. But we're going to ignore it, I think, because we're going for a creature. We just want a creature strategy, we want as many creatures as possible. Broker's Charm is interesting. So this is... You can use this like removal. It's like a punch card that can hit something. And it can draw 2 cards, so that's quite good. That's a possibility. We're in the right colours for it. And then Stapper Shield Mate, Rooftop Nuisance. There is also Skybridge Towers, which helps us out a bit. I think we give the Broker's Charm a go, because it's card draw. Knockout Blow. So we see Jewel Thief here. That's a really fantastic card. Prize Fight is good. Another Brokers Hideout. Get us up to 3. That would be pretty awesome. But Jewel Thief's really good. It gets us a treasure token. I think we just take the Jewel Thief. Right. Disdainful Stroke. I don't think I'd ever play that. Gilded Pinions. So it gives you you can give things flying. If we feel we don't have enough flyers, that's something we could go for. We've got 1 reach creature and actually 3 flyers now. Maybe we're doing okay for flyers. Halo Scarab can help fix our mana. I don't think we've got, Civic Gardener combo particularly in our deck. I don't have anything interesting with the tap ability. I think the Halo Scarab is what we'll take in case we need it. Right. Yep, interesting counterspell. Combat trick. Security Bypass. This is quite a... I'd say it's a risky card, but it just wins you the game sometimes. There's no creatures that are going to fit in the deck. I think we'll take the Security Bypass. Right, Cabaretti Charm. No, I don't think so. Okay. The one I like here is Caldaya Strongarm, I think. Duskmangler. Okay, we can take a Celebrity Fencer here, I think. Okay, sort of a good removal card there, but we're going to favour creatures, I think. We'll go for the Socialite. So we have another 2-drop. And we take a Pummeler here. You can always get a late Pummeler. Dapper Shield Mate, I think. Just look, yeah. Actually, so we've done quite well for 2 and 3 drops. We're short on 4s. It's probably about the right number of 5s and 6s, so yeah, I think there's room for a Dapper Shield Mate. Interesting, so just a draw 2. Instant speed, might be good. And a giant growth that works if I've got lots of creatures. I am going for a lot of creatures, but I still not that keen on combat tricks. Works well with prize fight, I suppose. I think I'm going to take the card draw. So then to pack 3, we've got 23 cards so far, including 2 lands. We need 2 more cards for the deck. We will rare draft Evelyn and a Brokers Ascendancy. There we go. Not really splashable, unfortunately. Right. So, cards we can't really play that are pretty good. Strong Arm is pretty good here. I think we've already got one, that's probably enough. The Quick Draw Dagger is quite good, I think, but I'd like just improve my mana base, so go for the Skybridge Towers. Okay, Spara's Adjudicators jump out at me, so that is a very solid card. Yeah, can't splash for Obscura Charm, really. Right, I've also got Ominous Parcel for a bit of mana fixing. But maybe we're doing okay. We've got 3 lands, and we've got how many treasure things? We've got a Jewel Thief, Halo Scarab, Prize Fight. Doesn't feel like quite enough, but I think it's the right time for Spara's Adjudicators. I think that's a good card. I would like 1 or 2 more mana fixing things. Well, there's another Ominous Parcel. But there's also Skybridge Towers there. I think hopefully one of the parcels will wheel around, and I think we just take... It's better to take the land here, whilst it's giving me nice lands. So I think we take another flyer here. It's filling out the top end of the curve, but I think we can get away with it. Very nice. That is a smaller flyer. Don't think you played 2 security bypass. I think we'd take a Buy Your Silence, just to get rid of something awkward. This would be another mana fixer. This would be another cheap creature. Maybe, yeah, I think I like the cheap creature with an alliance boost. Right, I think it's between Brokers Initiate and Quick Draw Dagger. I think because we've got alliance, we favour creatures a bit. Go for that. Broken Wings, can you play a main deck? There are so many flyers. It's a fairly good chance you can play this main deck. And I just don't like the Cabaretti Initiate at all. I've got no way to put, well, I've got one way of putting counters on him, but I don't think you're going to get much value out of this guy. I think we'll just take Broken Wings. Yeah, Glittermonger. Alright, Boon of Safety. I think we'll go for another creature. Okay, Arc Spitter. Never used it. Yeah, it might be okay, Matt. Right. So I think definitely going for a creature strategy. I'm going to take out probably most, well, non-creature things and some of the creatures. I think, yeah, I'm going to take out Brokers Initiate, Security Bypass. Maybe Prize Fight can go. Maybe we don't need Halo Scarab. Broken Wings can go. Because this is another reason why we want a creature strategy, so we absolutely maximise on Brokers Ascendancy. So yeah, this is card draw, but it doesn't give you a creature, so is that. Not keen on Glittermonger that much. And that's quite a good situation because we've actually gone down to 38 cards, so we can just put down the two best cards, put the two best cards back in. How many creatures is that? 19 creatures. That's a healthy number, I think. So I'm thinking it could just be buy your silence and prize fight, go for the two removal spells. I'm not sure don't know if this is a good prize fight deck, if we've got like good fighters here. Yeah. Maybe it might just not be the right deck for prize fight. Broken Wings might find more targets. Yeah, I think Broker's Charm is a better removal spell, so that's like a punch spell. And it can be card draw. I think that's pretty good, even though it's quite hard to cast. I think we just have one emergency buy your silence to get rid of something horrible. But I think a lot of people would play Broker's Initiate. I just don't like cards that insist on me spending mana on them before they do anything. Okay, yeah, Faerie Vandal. How do we get Faerie Vandal working? Because I mean, we do have two of them, so that is an argument for Case the Joint. It's also an argument for Security Bypass, which gives me Connive. I think, yeah, I won't resolve this right away, so I think I'll just call that end of part 1 and have a bit of a think about that. I think it's definitely, I need to think of ways to actually build up my Faerie Vandal, so I might have to just put in all my card draw cards. Because Rumour Gatherer on its own isn't going to be enough, I would say. I'll do that now, actually. So we definitely want security bypass, encase the joint in the deck. That's all the card draw. Right, yeah, but I'll call that end of part 1. So thanks for watching so far. All right, welcome back. So I'm quite pleased. I figured out how to cut the deck down to 40 cards. And I checked, and yes, it's still got 17 creatures. That's the perfect number of creatures, I think. And I've been able to fit in my card draw spells as well to obviously help the Faerie Vandal. Yeah, in fact, so the last 3 cards I cut, I took out Brokers Initiate, a Dapper Shieldmate, and finally a Rocks Pummeler. I decided I probably don't need the Rocks Pummeler, and I'm doing quite well at the top end there. I've got actually 5 drop cards, which I quite like all of these cards. So, and I just like them a bit more than Rocks Pummeler. I thought one Dapper Shieldmate's enough. It's quite good, but I don't need that many 4-drops, especially when I've got 5 5-drops. And Brokers Initiate, yeah, I've never been that keen on the card because I don't like pumping loads of mana into something. Because otherwise it's basically a 0/4 wall, really, which kind of makes sense in this deck because I'm playing flyers, so I want to just hold the ground with some tough things and fly over the top. But in this case, I'm going to cut the Initiate. I think I prefer the Backstreet Bruiser in that kind of role. Right, yeah. So basically, yeah, Broker's deck built around Broker's Ascendancy. A few alliance abilities as well, like Rumour Gatherer. So we want lots and lots of creatures in the deck, and we've got 17, so that's pretty good. And because we've got 2 Faerie Vandals, we want as much card draw in the deck as we can fit. So I'm actually running Security Bypass. I think it's quite a high-risk card that I wouldn't normally run, but I'm making an exception for Faerie Vandal. And you don't want to cast it on Faerie Vandal, you want to cast it on one of your ground dudes who would otherwise get blocked, maybe an attended socialite, something that you wouldn't be too worried about losing, because this is going to paint a target on that creature. Yeah, the problem with this, of course, you lose a 2-for-1 if they have instant removal, they blow it up. But if you can get 1 attack in, then you've got compensation. So we'll take the risk and play this because it's just another source of card draw. Rumour Gatherer can draw cards. It can scry as well, but we've got a few ways to play 2 creatures in 1 turn, as in 1 card. So Warm Welcome makes a citizen and then finds another creature card to play, potentially. And we have Rakish Revelers that just straight up plays 2 creatures. I was talking about the card draw. So it's Bypass, Rumour Gatherer, Broker's Charm can draw, and Case the Joint. Actually, as well as we do have a Blitz creature. Of course, you can blitz and that can draw, so that's 5 cards, and then we've got two lands that can draw. So there's 7 sources in the deck that can draw an extra card and trigger the Faerie Vandal. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. The mana situation it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's much better than the last deck, though. We've managed to pick up 4 relevant lands, 2 Brokers Hideouts, 2 Skybridge Towers. I had to make a little sacrifice somewhere. So you can see in the lands we've got effectively 8 green sources. We've got effectively 8 blue sources. We've only got 7 white sources, and you might think, well, that's a bit weird, because white is where I've got the Rumour Gatherer, the double white creature. So yes, this is going to be quite difficult to cast, but that's just a sacrifice I've had to make, because the majority of my early creatures are blue and green. You can see from here, yeah, you've got the Inspiring Overseer as a 1 white creature. So trying to play Rumour Gatherer is going to be a bit of a project, basically. We do have other sources to maybe get that second white mana. So we've got Jewel Thief making a treasure. We've got Rakish Revelers and Sparus Adjudicators as well. So that's 3. That's kind of like 3 more sources of white that we could sort of have by maybe turn 3 or 4. So it works out at 10 sources of white. So I think it's still reasonable to play our Rumour Gatherer. Excuse me. Right. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with all of that. I mean, I could talk about these 2 removal spells, Prize Fight and Broken Wings, because Prize Fight is pretty nice. It gives you a treasure token. I just think fight spells are inherently risky. You can get blown out by instant removal or pump spells. Your creature ends up losing the fight, so you get sort of 2 for 1. And I do have some big creatures. I don't know. I'm not so impressed with my creatures that I think this would always be a good card. Yeah. A lot of the time it's just going to be trading 2 for 1 probably. So I think we'll leave out Prize Fight, and I never really play Broken Wings in best of 1. I just think it's probably going to be a dead card most of the time. Even though, yeah, I get spammed with flyers all the time. As soon as I play the Broken Wings, I think the inevitable is going to happen. That you're not going to see any flyers. But also, it might not hit the relevant thing. So it might be, I can kill a 1/1 flyer, but yeah, I can't do anything about the 6/6 ground pounder. So these are kind of conditional removal spells. We're a creature-focused deck. We've got creature payoffs, so yeah, we leave out these removal things. But I think Buy Your Silence just exiles anything. Seems pretty good to me. I think some form of removal probably a good idea, because other people play things like Security Bypass. I don't usually play it myself. I am this time, but you kind of want something to just stop a Security Bypass getting out of control. I think, yeah, the other removal is on Broker's Charm, and that's it's not a fight spell. It's a punch spell, so it's less risk. It's a bit riskier. It's a bit less risky than a fight spell, but it's also got other options on there, which is quite nice. It blows up. So it's like it's got part of Broken Wings on there. You can just draw an enchantment, or you can just draw cards. So quite a nice card, I reckon. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, that gives you an idea of the deck. We'll just go for it, and we're down to 40 cards. We hope we don't deck ourselves out, because as I've mentioned, we've got 7 sources of card draw. But I know which 5 cards I'm adding back in if I want to reduce the chance of milling myself to death. Well, I wouldn't be milling myself, I'd just be decking myself by drawing too many cards. Well, this looks like a good opening hand, got to say. Hitting all our colours of mana, and we can even get the second source of white, which I think that might be a good choice on turn 1, just in case we top deck the Rumor Gatherer. He's got a fast start though. Okay. And this has Menace, so it's going to be a pain for me to try and block. Oh, the classic Gold Hound with sticky fingers, yeah. Really powerful start. Right, yeah, so we go for Attended Socialite. He's potentially going to hit 5 mana this turn. Yeah, he should hit 5 mana. Oh, he's going for Revel Ruiner. Okay, another Menace creature. So that's a bit of an aggro rollout, you might say. Okay, we're going to take some damage from Revel Ruiner. We've got 2 instant creatures we can play. I think we want to double block the Gold Hound. And take 4. Or do we? Okay, no attacks and end turn. In fact, we could Faerie Vandal, double block the Gold Hound, and kill it without losing anything. Just, well, depending on whether he's got removal or not. Or it's we can do Warm Welcome, double block the Revel Ruiner and kill it, but we lose everything. Okie doke, I think we'll try Faerie Vandal. Socialite will get pumped up. Double block the Gold Hound, and we'll just see if he's got removal. Or a pump spell, that would be horrible. I mean, red-black, more known for its removal than pump spells. When he draws a card as well when it dies, even better. Okay, that he might get a forest. Let's see. No, it's just black-red. The Roastmaster, so going to use that to push through a bit more damage. Right, so thinking Dapper Shieldmate might be the way to go. So at least we can double block the Ruiner. Or we'll just play Skybridge Towers, Warm Welcome. But then we're trading 2 creatures. With Shieldmate we're trading a shield and a creature for the Ruiner. We can play Buy Your Silence the next turn. Okay. Okay, I think not going to attack. Oh, big creature, okay. Cool, we've got a removal spell for that one. Okay, cool. He's attacking with both. That's warm welcome. Oh, yes, that draws us a card. We like that one. So, I feel like, yeah, we'll trade off all our creatures for all of his creatures by going, yeah, 3/2 blocks there. Faerie Vandal, double block this guy. He's tapped out. Decent trade. And we just kind of stay alive. Player planes, just buy a silence on that. Hopefully he's not got much else, but 3 cards, 6 mana. Okay, it's something not as scary. Okay, and it's a Midnight Assassin. Okay, so I'm very tempted to play Celebrity Fencer here. That seems to make sense as the first creature I would put out. And then we can start pumping that up. Obviously, it's going to get through with 3 damage because I don't want to block. Magician. But we can... how much can we do? I think we'll play that. We'll play the Overseer. There's a flying blocker. Oh, we got another flying blocker. That's very nice. Sure. Do we just go on the offensive now? Yeah, I think so. I think he'll swing back with the Magician probably, but I'm pretty confident. Okay. Attack with everything. Okay. Overseer blocks there. Trades off. We'll block the 1/1 citizen. He's got no cards in hand, so... Right, Brokers Hideout. Thin the deck out a little bit. Actually, quite a reasonable thing to do is give this lifelink, I think. Or we could just ramp up the damage. Yeah, make a 4/4 flyer, and then next turn I can give it lifelink. Not going to blitz this guy. Get a 2/3. So yeah, that was a bit of an early onslaught we managed to survive there. The classic Gold Hound into Sticky Fingers. And yeah, my removal spell was quite crucial there. Not sure how else I was going to deal with a 4/5 reach. Yeah, the sort of instant speed creatures were pretty handy as well. Okay, well this is the this is the nightmare. We've got Rumor Gatherer and no white mana. The plan we've got though is looks like Social Climber with Security Bypass, which is risky as well. Trouble, but it's it's two of my colours of mana. I can cast two of my cards. I think we keep it. Cabaretti. Okay. So this will be a swarm of creatures. That's not bad. Drawing two cards maybe on turn 4 could help me quite a lot. Here we go. Okay, the onslaught. So 1/1 to begin with, but a treasure as well. That card could come in very handy later. If I can get to 5 mana and get a white mana. I mean, it's a pretty terrible hand, I think, but okay, another mana, so we'll be able to do Case the Joint on turn 4 if we want, instead of Security Bypass. That could find us more creatures to go with the Social Climber. Oh, that's interesting. He didn't seem to do anything. I might have the instant 1/1 citizen and find a creature in your top 5 cards spell. That would be my guess here. Okay, no, it is a big score, and he is discarding Revelry. He's looking for black mana as well. Okay, interesting. So it is, I think this is Riveteers actually. Cabaretti was a misdirection. Wrecking Crew, yeah, okay. So, we do have Attended Socialite. We could double block the Wrecking Crew, which doesn't seem that amazing. But we could Socialite, put Bypass on here and swing in, and then we sort of have a bit of a race going. Then he's got to use removal on the Social Climber. That could slow him down building up the board. If I've got nothing better to do, I can Case the Joint next turn. Let's go for it. He's only got 1 mana as well for instant removal. And I can't remember what that is in this set for 1 mana. I need to do I usually make a little list of instants when I'm drafting a set. So realistically, I think we can just discard Rumour Gatherer. We didn't hit any white mana at all. Getting 2 white mana is a bit silly. Oh, right, yeah. That's horrendous. That's a haster. That's 8 damage coming in. Okay, he's winning the race here. So we hit 5 mana. We're kind of dying quite badly here. I think we will swing in and just try and hit something. Dapper Shieldmate. He's not gonna do it for me. Discard the Dapper Shieldmate. We'll play Forest. I think maybe Warm Welcome. We could double block. Oh no, that could work really well actually. We might be able to take out Ognus with the Socialite. Okay, guess what? That potentially lets me kill the Wrecking Crew. How about that? Socialite and Citizen take out the Wrecking Crew. Faerie Vandal takes out the Citizen, and we take 3. That seems not bad. Has he got instant removal? He'd probably use it on the Social Climber, I would guess. Three cards left. What's he got? He can cast anything in his deck. Corpse Explosion. Oh, he's going to take out my dude. Right, Backstreet Bruiser is not going to do a lot. I think we just case the joint. Okay. Well, whose library is it? I think that's definitely his library. So I'm getting a Plains next turn, which is quite cool. Will be tapped. Forest is good, and that is instant speed, isn't it? Yeah. So that can make a white mana. Okay, that is getting blitzed out. Okay, that's 5 damage. That's pretty painful. He got Stimulus Package as well, so that's a few creatures. And he gets to draw a card as well. So let me figure that out. Yeah, exiles the Wrecking Crew to do 5 damage. Oh, okay. Nine damage. Draws a card as well. Okay, I'm going to Rakish Revelers on that. This is kind of a point of direct damage, which is quite scary as well. Yeah, Brokers Hideout. Get that second planes out. Get a life point as well. Okay, 6 mana. I think Rakish Revelers is just the most effective thing I can do, because yeah, I can't quite do Backstreet Bruiser and something else. So yeah, that's what it has to be. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work. He needs red and white mana, so I can only cast him next turn. Each other creature, so jeez. So that'll gain me 0 life. I feel like I may as well play a Backstreet Bruiser at this point. And then if he's got another pump spell, he's obviously going to win. He's got Stimulus Package to make 2 citizens. Gets through with 1 damage here. He has... Oh, okay. All I had to do was play a creature and that just lets him win. Nice top deck. Oh, wait. It has Defender. It has Defender. I guess a Defender. Yeah. Defender saves me. That was exactly the correct creature to play. But I'm only on 1 life. Speakeasy Server will put me on 2 life. We have a problem here. He's going to have 4 creatures. Rakish Revelers will put me on 3 creatures. And damn it. I think we just kind of lose. That gains 1 life, but he gets through with 2 creatures and I die. That doesn't gain me any life. Okay, let's play the Speakeasy Server. See if it each other creature. So we think this will gain me 1. If it gains me 2, we'd survive. So he just has to make 2 citizens and he wins. We even drew our bomb, but it was a bit too late, I think. Okay, good game. Well, very interesting. We had a very iffy opening hand, which we kept, and it led to a very interesting game. It took a long time to get my white mana. And we're just, 1 life point away from stabilizing at the end. That was definitely a fun game, though. I mean, you don't often see a corpse explosion. Or, that instant creature finder finding a flash creature. So I ended up getting 2 instant creatures out. That was pretty nice. Okay, so we have blue and white mana. We're missing green this time. We have nothing we can cast, but if we do draw a land, we can get Overseer. We're going second. Opponent goes first. I've got to remember to look at this because I very rarely do. So I think it's a good hand going second because we get to draw the extra card, and maybe it's another chance to draw a land. There's the land. Fantastic. We'll just see if this gets followed up again with sticky fingers. So we want to get a forest. We could we might do Skybridge Towers first. What are the chances? Yeah, I might top deck a blue mana creature. If we don't strip a land out of the deck, of course, we're just statistically more likely to draw another land this turn, which is definitely what we want. Okay, that's been sacrificed for Sanguine Spy. Okay, this is a pretty serious thing. So Menace and Lifelink 2/3. You can sack other creatures. You can put a card into your graveyard. If you've got 5 or more mana values in the graveyard, you can pay 2 life at the end step to draw a card, which is pretty handy on a lifelink Menace creature. Right, just to get back into reality for a second, we don't have a 2-drop. We do have 2 sources of white, but we might want to sack one of them at some point. So I'm going to get another Plains. So we are definitely able to cast our Rumor Gatherer. This is going to be very painful for quite a while. At least we can gain 1 life with this guy. We draw a card. There's the other Plains. Plasma Jockey, sure. Sack that to just try and draw his land, I guess. Okay, island. And I suppose we'd like to do Celebrity Fencer. But obviously we're trying to block a Sanguine Spy and kill it. So I think we'll do Dapper Shieldmate. So eventually this just gives him lots of card advantage. He's got 2 mana values in the graveyard now. So this is River Tears as well. 5 cards in hand, 4 mana. He could have the 4 mana removal spell that gives him -3/-3. It's the perfect thing to use on a Dapper Shieldmate. But no, he's got more Plasma Jockeys, so he can just get through for 5 damage again. Great. Whole hand full of them, probably. No blocks. Grisly Sigil, okay, great. Does 1 damage and then does like 3 damage. That is the 1 mana removal spell, and it works really well against shield. Great. Love to see it. Oh, interesting. Why did that not work? Okay, right. So having the shield kind of negates damage. And I've had a really fantastic top deck as far as adjudicators. So I can actually go on the offensive this turn. The only thing is I want to play my celebrity fencer. I want to be greedy. Can I be greedy? Right. Okay. Let's go for the. We'll go for the celebrity fencer play. Let's play it now. We've got 3 blockers. We won't attack. He's on 28 life. I don't feel this. We're on 10, so we're just going to try and protect our life total here. He's drawing so many cards, though. He's getting through his deck. He could have 2 removal spells. Of course, he could have another plasma jockey. Voluntary employment, perfect. Love to see it. Okay. Right. Obviously, we are double blocking the Sanguine Spy. He's got 2 mana left. He probably has instant removal, just because that's how this game is going. Obviously, we're not going to block our own creature. Yeah, he's got the... I forgot about that. It's a sacrifice out there, so he can kill my creature. Great. Love it. Okay. Still, things could be worse. We've still got 6 cards in hand. He's only got 3. We've got Brokers Ascendancy as well to come. So I think it's a Chaldea Strong Arm. And we pump up this Overseer. Seems reasonable. See how much more, if he's got loads more Blitz, because that can just close out the game. If he just hits me with Blitz card after Blitz card. Yeah, another Blitz card, Gerdagoons. Oh, right. Well, isn't that interesting? Didn't Blitz it out. Seems to respect my board at the moment. Right. Target creature can't attack or block until your next turn. Cool. Let's do that to Gerdagoons. Good. Back down to 20, where he should be. Uh-oh. Just casually doubling power. Guess we'll play Faerie Vandal. So we'll swing in for 4 with the flyer. Like so. Just hoping he's got nothing huge with haste and trample. Okay, conceded. Whew. That's right. First time I played my bomb, and they just conceded. we've got all of our colours. We've even got double white. And we've got a 2-drop and a 3-drop and a 4-drop. I think that's pretty good. Some more card draw as well. Okay, I think we'll save the hideout for a bit later on. No, that's a nice card for turn 3. Right, so blue-black, we know that, so that this combination is the one that wants 5 different mana values in the graveyard. Right, white, so that's Esper, or Obscura. Oh, here we go, Quasar, Queen of Agonies, so... yes, not seen this one for a little while. I did in Sealed. I played against somebody who had 2 of these, and they won. Funnily enough, I'm quite happy to see Broker's Charm, and I realise that actually gives +1 power. Let's do that now. Before we take any damage from this thing. And then we can do a Broker's Hideout. Nothing. Now it could have a board wipe, I'm thinking. He could have an instant speed creature. He could have the Faerie Vandal. No, he has the Swooping Protector, which gets a shield counter when it comes into play. How irritating. I don't think there's anything instant that is going to save my Overseer, unfortunately. Take that on the chin. We'll go for a Dapper Shieldmate, however, so we've got something with a shield counter. And then we can double spell next turn as well. think he's got the -3/-3. He's going to use on Dapper Shield Mate. Okay, Wing Shield Agent. I can get something else flying. Okay, I think we just trade off shield tokens. I could keep my shield token to try and attack with the bruiser at some point. No, I'm just going to give up on that idea. Bruiser's just going to stay on defense, I think. Right, play a flyer. Just warm welcome at the end of his turn. Hey, Rumour Gatherer. Yes. Your silence. Now, I'm thinking he could have counter magic here. I think I'll keep the Obscura Initiate back and swing with the Shield Mate. I think it's a fine trade for either of those creatures. Okay, he's gonna just save him. Sure. Right, we'll try Rumour Gatherer. I'm thinking it's getting countered, but we may as well try. And a Socialite. Oh, yes, let's do that. That should bring out some removal, I would guess. So I think the in the air here, we don't want to trade off. We want him, if he attacks, we let him through, and then we swing back with lifelink. That's the obvious thing to do. Right, right, I think I want to case the joint right away. And then cast Security Bypass, so I've got, when that attacks, I've got something to discard. Okay, he's got an Obscura Initiate on its way. So we'll put Bypass on the Socialite. see if that brings out some instant speed removal. And we can discard that island. Works out nicely. So that gets the deal gone bad, okay. That's it, takes up his turn. Okay, swing in with that, so no blocks. That's actually a good draw. We drew, because we want to have 7 land. So we can do a 5-drop and give this guy lifelink. Give it lifelink. Okay, good. As far as adjudicators, so it's not the best thing to play at the moment, but it's a 4/4 creature. We'll just stop this 2/1 from attacking, I guess. Yeah, that's a good creature. Got Rumor Gatherer, so all creatures are good. And that helps us cast Rakish Revelers as well, so... Actually play 3 creatures next turn. So if the Adjudicators attack, he'll just trade off for one of these creatures. They'll double block. Right, so... I don't think we attack with anything. I think I'll play the Jewel Thief. Faerie Vandal's good. And let's see, we've got 14 cards left against 23. Oh boy. Okay, let's play Rakish Revelers. Bottom that as well. No need to attack yet. Okay. I could blitz out Caldea Strongarm. How about we put all the tokens on our flyer? So we've got 4/4. That's interesting, but he can still double block. I think... how about Caldea Strongarm puts tokens on my 2 big creatures? That seems good. We won't blitz this guy out. Yeah. Adjudicators and... Oh yeah, right, they get... The creature gets both of them. That was a bit of confusion. Right, swing in. So, 3-3 is a good one, 5-3 is good enough. Bruiser can swing in. He might have kill shot here for the adjudicators. We'll see. Okay, that is becoming 5-5. Very nice. So that's going to knock out one of my guys. Draws a card as well. Okay, yeah, we want to kill the protector, don't we? Rakish Revelers are doing 5 damage anyway, so he takes out both of those. That's good apples. Good, and end the turn there. I think he needs a sweeper here, really. Okay, that's Faerie Vandal as well. Okay, let's socialite and scry. To the bottom. I'm going to buy a silence on Nisha. Okay, got a flash creature. Kill shot on the biggest creature. Should do it. Yeah, it just does it. Yeah, we did it. We made it to gold. Had a couple of close calls getting to gold. I sort of was on, match point, but I didn't quite make it the last couple of times. But there we go. That's a relief. But yeah, this obviously I have one of the most ridiculous bombs in the set for draft. So I think I would hope to get at least 50-50 with this deck. Okay, that's all of our colours of mana. Now we have an interesting choice actually. Double white for Rumor Gatherer, or blue for Faerie Vandal. And we might have to kind of make the choice on turn 1 as we don't have any 2-drops, and we do have a 3-drop. So we can go 2-drop, 3-drop if we go for blue mana. What would you guys do? Right. We'll get the island. It's the more aggressive play, I think. And it's because Inspiring Overseer helps me pump for the Vandal, which is a very strong opening, I think. Okay. Just catch him off guard by playing it at the end of his turn. Overseer. Draw another card. Faerie Vandal. Ah, another Brokers Hideout. Perfect. So that gets us the white mana. And we've got Social Climber as a follow-up as well. Good card. Go for that second planes. So it helps us to keep creatures on the board because we get more life from the Speakeasy server. Play the Social Climber. Might, well, no, we don't have to trade off with Jaw Thief. Speakeasy server for 3 life next turn. Helps us win the race. In fact, 4 life because Social Climber will gain a life point for me as well. Alternatively, there's Rumour Gatherer. Ah, right, bounces beat down. Okay, removal spell, sure. Okay, Dapper Shield Mate. You could block the Initiate. I think it's a good move for to do the Speakeasy server. It's an expensive card, gets me 2 life. Helps me race. But I think Dapper Shield Mate might be the best card for security bypass because he gets that buff when he's attacking. I don't know why, I don't know if that was a good move. Maybe Rumour Gatherer first. Makes more sense. Get as many ticks from Alliance, from scrying. So if we block Riveteer's Initiate, he's got to spend 2 mana to trade off with me. Doesn't seem like the best trade, though. Of course, Faerie Vandal with bypass can get +2/+2 every turn. Probably wants a wrecking crew here 4/5 reach. It is sharp. Okay, right. Takes out my biggest creature. Nice. Okay, 5 damage gets through. Yeah, used another removal spell. That's 2 removal spells down. How lucky do we feel here? So now we've got to play Rumour Gatherer plus Socialite. Gives us a scry. Or we could build up for the 2 creature turn, where this gives us a card draw. I think we're in a race. We can't mess about. We'll take a scry where we can get it. What this does tell them, I'm tapping out, so I haven't got any I haven't got to slip out the back or something to save my flyers. So if he's holding back more instant removal, he can just shoot them. Now, do we care if it's a land? Because 6 mana means we can do both of these things next turn. Which might be good. See how he deals with the Vandal with bypass. Fencer, okay. We'll keep that. And that can just trade with a Jewel Thief. Three cards left, 6 mana. Oh, cleanup crew, that is a big one. Okay. Going for life. Yeah. Socialite, I think, just trades here. Take 3. So Shieldmate can give me a free block against the cleanup crew. We want Celebrity Fencer to trade with Jewel Thief, though. He could have a big libation, couldn't he? I think that gives trample as well. just do this. We're happy with that land, I think. So I can double spell next turn. We'll attack with these two. We've maybe lost next turn, but he's hit his black mana, that's worrying. Okay, so trade here, take 6. Oh, he has trample on that. Take 7. My mistake. Freelance mask. Okay, that's a lot of creatures he just played out. Okay, this does not have trample. That's good. That's good news. Let's tap a shield mate with this guy. Scry for 1. Put that on the bottom. Security bypass on the Faerie Vandal. Just attack with that. Oh. We lost a creature, but never mind. At least we've got... Oh god. That's a huge creature as well, by the way. Incidentally. Needs a way to give it trample. He may have top decked a way to give it trample, but we'll see. Yeah, not much we can do about that. We could double block the Gold Hound. Again, he may have top decked a pump spell, but don't know. We don't know if Faerie Vandal. Yeah, it's only after I do combat damage, so I think we might need this guy to win. So we'll risk the worst. He has a blocker in the air. Okay. But this guy just puts 2+1/+1s on the Vandal. And I swing in, it's unblockable. Good top deck. Yeah, Swordjack always turns up too late. That's what I found playing red and green. Right, we're above 50-50. Unknown territory in this set. It's a 2-lander. We've got Faerie Vandal we can cast. We need green for the Swordjack and the Jewel Thief and the Ascendancy. We can just top deck a forest. It opens up a lot of possibilities. Pretty good hand if we can top deck a forest. Opponent goes first. Right, so trying to pay more attention to this. I will draw an extra card. Let's keep it. We need 2 more lands for the shield mate as well. We did not draw a land. Okay. We did not draw a land, but it's a green 2-drop. He's not doing anything. Suspicious. Wow, we top decked a forest. Whew. Could have a counter spell, couldn't he? I think we like the Jewel Thief here. Gives me an extra point of mana. Then once I've got 2 creatures out, Brokers Ascendancy looks pretty good. He might have his own Faerie Vandal, of course. Top deck another forest. It's definitely my day. I'm going to say I'm going to offer a trade with Jewel Thief, I think, here. That is basically a slow removal spell. So I'm thinking we could do Socialite and Swordjack, or Socialite Ascendancy. I think I like the Ascendancy plan here. Okay. It's good at doing that. That was a risky keep, wasn't it? But to be lucky, it worked out. So 5 wins, pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, I had Ascendancy in the opening hand, and I was 1 forest away from casting it, so. And on the draw as well, getting the extra card, so maybe it's not as big as a risk, it seems. Right, we've got green and white. We've got ways of this can make blue mana. This can make red mana. So, yeah, 2 drop, and then it's a while before we do anything else, but we might want to play this strong arm as blitz. So we can hit land number 5 for these guys. If we hit the 4th land, of course. But we do have double white, which is nice. Expendable Lackey. Okay, that is land number 4. That's good news. We'll play Socialite. Right, not a lot we can do here, so I think we just swing back. He might have a fairy, of course. Go ahead, find an island. End the turn there. And they've got another 5 mana spell, so getting to that 5th land is looking quite important. Okay. That's got a really good death trigger, doesn't it? So -2/-2 to something when that dies. Okay, we've got warm welcome. Let me figure this out. I think the silencer still trades off nicely with socialite. That's right. Chaldea Strongarm. The creature makes it 3/2. Then it becomes 5/4. But this can ultimately do it 4 damage. It's a, sort of a headache, really. It's a head scratcher. How about we just swing with a tended socialite? I'm going to warm welcome to like do an extra point of damage. That's my big plan. Okay. Ooh, a rumor gatherer. Okay, that sounds good. Extra point of damage. There we go. Do we block the lackey and bring the wrath of the fish? That's a good question. Feel like Rumor Gatherer is going to run straight into all of his removal cards. I'm still thinking of blitzing Chaldea Strongarm. And then we can make the Citizen a 3/3. So you might want to block that and kill it. That's a 3/2 though. Yeah. So this is the plan, right? Blitzing the Strongarm. Putting tokens on the Citizen. That becomes a 3/2. Attack like that. Silencer kind of gets a 2-for-1 here. So yeah, he's out of there. Oh, drew a land. That's very good indeed. Good at goons. Okay. Yeah, they're just kind of annoying. I think it's worth a buy of silence. Got the goldfish. What else can he do? Right, court official. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Right, we'll lose the bruiser. Another crap court official. Go on. Okay. Okay, well, you always play your fence up first. That is my motto. That's getting removed. This means less removal for the Rumor Gatherer. Oh yes, that is destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Two damage through, 3 cards, 6 mana. Interesting, nothing. Now, my question is, does he have a counter spell? We'll do Rumour Gatherer. Finally. Doesn't get counter spelled, and we can follow it up. Oh. Oof. Ow. Ow. Yeah. I won't scry the Rumour Gatherer to the bottom. Well, that was one of his cuts. Okay. Good to know. I guess it's the case. How greedy are we? Because we want, obviously, Rumour Gatherer in play when we play our Rakish Revelers, and I think we're pretty greedy. I think we're going to cast Rumour Gatherer again. And we swing in. Nice. Nice. Jewel Thief. That's pretty good. So, this is a deck with a lot of tempo effects, a lot of removal effects. He actually discarded Cool and a Professional. Okay, that's getting sacked to tap down my creatures. That is interesting. Okay. And of course, drawing 2 cards is pretty nice. Oh wow, yeah. And this guy can just get pumped up, pumped up. Oof. Not sure what's going on. I'm not sure I'm winning this anymore. He doesn't have a lot of high impact bruisers. Well, yeah, we took out the Girder-Goons, I suppose, didn't we? I think we go for the Revelers now. Cool, some more card draw. Oh, here we go. Okay. Discard 2 cards in your hand. Oh my god. Okay, Spara's Adjudicators stops this guy attacking for a turn. I think we lose 2 of these. This is why he has so much card draw in his deck. He wants to draw his bomb. It's quite understandable. 20 cards, so when he attacks, I mill half the library. So, good news, we've got Spara's Adjudicators to stop him attacking this turn. So, that's good. I rise Swordjack, sure. I can double spell next turn. Draw another card. I'm building up a force here. He can't attack or block, actually. Now I think of it. Swing in with these 2. Cool. Forcing the Grifter to chop block is pretty awesome, I think. blocker. Guards, Brokers Veteran, right. So play Forest, play Overseer, 19 cards in the deck. Cool, another creature, that's pretty good. Play the Swordjack, so we've got a defender of some kind. Right, what happens here? So, my best creature dies. There's going to be a trade-off maybe there. That gets chomped, and then I get 3 damage through. I'll go for that. My deck's going to start disappearing quite rapidly. Now, any instance, let's see. Big Arctic Body, sacrifice that and get to mill yourself a couple of times. Interesting. Lackey goes in there, so he's got another, gonna have another chump blocker. Broker's Veteran comes back, another chump blocker. But I think he might not be able to attack with Lord Xander here. So let's see, blocker, 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 3 block. So you can have 4 blockers. Does he have good blocks? Is another question. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That he's down to 9 cards. He's done so much card draw. Blockers. Can he afford to attack with Xander now? Maybe not. Okay. Right. We'll play our creatures first. Very nice. Right, so at the very least we can get in the air, but our biggest creature dies if we swing in on the ground, and in fact our 1/1s, 1 health guys die. So it doesn't look particularly advantageous to attack with everything. I'm just going to swing in for 2 in the air because he doesn't have flying blockers. Oh, Dusk Mangler, that's nasty. That kills the flyer. It's another big blocker. Sacrifice a creature, discards a card, loses 4 life. Oof. I guess it's the citizen. Can only get 2 damage through. I think the Dusk Mangler has steadied the ship here for him. And I mean, it's going to be bad news. Like, that'll lose a shield to a 1/1. This just face plants. This just face plants. Trade off there. I get 2 damage through. So, yeah, damn. I could attack with a shield mate, and it would take out one of his creatures. No, he just blocked with Xander the Collector. So, yeah. Dust Mangler kind of got me there. No, never seen this kind of deck before, but no, okay, yeah, it just does all the Dusk Manglers. Okay. Sacrifice time. This does get pumped up. We've kind of run out of creatures now. Okay. So, how much toughness can we put in the way of this? Put all of our 2 power creatures in the way. So it kills both of those. I lose a shield. Yeah, depends what do I want to do here. Keep the Social Climber alive because it's got... no, I think keep Rumor Gatherer alive so I can maybe scry and find something. The late game Dust Mangler. Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. Oh yeah. Got to sacrifice a permanent as well. Top deck to our planes. There's a Nightclubber as well, for good measure. Brutal. So yeah, that interesting deck there. Just early game tempo, loads of card draw to buy time for his immense late game. Alright, we're not changing the deck though, we're carrying on. We're not going to put more cards in the deck against mill decks. Yeah, we'd be slightly unlucky to meet Lord Xander again in the next game, you know. Don't think adding more cards would really help you that much. Right, it's blue, it's green. We've got blue and green cards. And we could do the kind of the really cheap win with security bypass if we want. Right, he's Brokers. Probably. It's not guarantee that he's Brokers, but yeah, Sky Crier, Socialite. So we could socially climb, or we could bypass. Yeah, looks like a Broker's deck. Jewel Thief. Okay. So this is where my social climber wants to trade off. But I could trade off using Warm Welcome, boosting the Socialite. pretty handy having instant speed creatures. Oh really? Counter spells, yeah. Sure. I remember now, those are a thing in this game. Haven't seen this, yeah, all day actually. Another blue land, okay. Still we've got Case the Joint, I suppose. Yeah, Social Climber I think it is. We're losing the race here. He's got a 1/1 lifelink flyer, so best thing a Socialite can do is just swing in. See what he's got. Okay, some kind of pump spell, sure. Right, so we can make white mana with that. I'll go ahead and do a cheeky little security bypass with this. And swing in. Oh, good card. So yeah, both these 5-drops are good cards. Oh, we're actually going to drop Case the Joint. Because we found the cards we want, so we don't need to do any card draw. See if he does buy your silence on my dude. Ah, Grifter. Okay, High-Rise Swordjack is also a solution for the problem we have. I think we will swing... Oh, right. Yeah, okay, we'll do Adjudicators first. Because he knows I've got that. And does he have another counter spell? Yes, he does! Main deck Disdainful Strike. Oh, come on. Got lots of good cards in my hand. We'll just hold this guy as a blocker and just trade off. We're not winning this race at all. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Oh, there goes my white mana. That's why you don't cast him. When you cast him, you lose the white mana. Oh no. Yeah, of course, Disdainful Strike would have countered by your silence as well. But at least I'd have still had the... Okay, cool. Somebody who believes in combat tricks. Love to see it. Working well for him. Okay. Okie doke. Gets tapped. Kind of have to jump block here with the Faerie Vandal. Or I just definitely have to. Yep, nice amount of interaction here. Two counterspells, two combat tricks, and rooftop nuisance. But yeah, 3 of them are drawing cards, you see. Really nice bit of nice set of cantrips to try and control the board. But yeah, a very, very creature-based strategy there, I suppose, and but obviously most people are going to have 17 creatures, I suppose. There's not really going to be that many spells decks. Right, I think, I mean, I'm pretty happy with 5 wins. It's pretty decent. Couple of interesting decks at the end there, using a lot of cantrips, loads of cantrips, and getting really good value out of them. Not really cards I consider using, so I might have to rethink. I did have some card draw in here I did cut it down to 40 cards so I could hit my Brokers Ascendancy. But yeah, if you do rely on blocking like that, and you're the side of the board that's not using combat tricks, then it can go quite badly for you. But I suppose the risk of using the combat tricks is you don't draw the creatures, or you run into instant speed removal. But maybe it just really depends on the cards themselves. So maybe they're a bit stronger in this set. Definitely the one that taps down your creatures is a really good one. Right, so quite happy with how this deck worked. Mana base is pretty decent because I had the worry was I've got double white for the Rumor Gatherer, but I was able to cast it. It wasn't too bad. So 7 white sources in the lands, but then I've got these 2 guys to make a land into give a land white source the ability to make white mana, and Jewel Thief can make a treasure. So 10 sources of white, and that seemed to be enough. That seemed to work out. But you just saw in the last game. Don't forget, if you do cast the card, that the land will lose that ability. So you might be really relying on that for everything. But it wouldn't have. I don't think it would have changed the outcome there because the guy had disdainful stroke. But I suppose I'd have cast. I'd have still had the adjudicators to cast maybe the next turn. So stopping an attack could have helped a lot. What was the MVP here? I guess Brokers Ascendancy, because the 2 games I played it, my opponent conceded immediately. It is that ridiculous, I suppose. I think we should look at the uncommons and commons. I think Celebrity Fencer, that was alright this game. It didn't get. No, I think it was just okay. It didn't actually get out of control at all. It got sort of dealt with, or I had to use it to block. I think it's Warm Welcome. I think this is the MVP. This was actually fantastic. So, and the combo with Attended Socialite is really good. So play that turn 2. Turn 3, you hold up mana for this, and then you can actually have a surprise 3/2 blocker plus a 1/1, which can deal with most things. It can sort of take out menace creature. There's a lot of early aggressive menace creatures. Yeah, the 4/2 menace turns out to be it's quite threatening, quite nasty, and hard to deal with, especially when there's lots of menace creatures. So yeah, I think that is the one. Warm welcome, and it's something potentially I could have cut from the deck as well. When I got Rumor Gatherer, it was fantastic. We know this already. It's a ridiculous card. Inspiring Overseer is fantastic, especially turn 2 Faerie Vandal, turn 3 Overseer is great. You end up with a 2/3 Vandal to swing in with. Socialite in general was just performed quite well. I think it's a good 2-drop. Yeah, in a as long as you've got 17 creatures in the deck, at least you're in 40 cards, then it's going to be pretty consistent. I think we got to attack with the Bruiser once. Did its job. I'm going to look at the cards I took out. I don't think I missed having a second Dapper Shieldmate. I think that was absolutely fine, having one of them. Brokers Initiate, yeah, that potentially can just block a Jewel Thief. Just thinking of that last game. So that could be quite a good wall to have with a kind of hidden ability you could possibly use late game when you've got more mana than you need. Yeah, Prize Fight wouldn't have done anything. I'm guessing here, because it was just getting hard to just stick significant creatures in the last game, and there's just a lot of instant speed stuff messing things up. So that could be a liability. I think, yeah, I don't think I'd ever consider playing Public Enemy. You can just think in every game where you get in trouble, Public Enemy is a dead card, really. I mean, if your enchanted creature dies, you get to draw a card, so it replaces this off, but just doesn't do enough to in the tough games. It's just a case of, are lots of your games just is it the kind of set where there are lots of stalemates, you need to break a stalemate, then that could be absolutely fantastic. Glittermonger could be another way to just fix your mana, I suppose. A decent sized blocker, but yeah, it's not a very good rate. It's sort of, you get 5 stats for 4 mana, but making a treasure every token, a treasure token every turn is really good, I think. If you've got a way to use the treasures, I suppose. We didn't have any briefcases this game, so this draft, so ditto, I guess, bootlegger stash, and that's really expensive, and you better have a game-winning combo before you use that. And there is, the Rocks Pummeler. Don't actually miss this card, because there was so much blue and so much tempo, counter spells, things getting bounced, things getting tapped down. And also, I guess, lots of 1/1 creatures to just knock your shield off. Not a bad card. If you need a way to break through, that could definitely be it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I missed the Halo Scarab, really. Yeah, so pretty decent deck, I think. Definitely last couple of games saw a couple of very interesting deck concepts that I can learn from, I think. let's claim the prize. Okay. Cool, I think that is a video. So thanks for watching.